Okay, so we're gonna, at this time, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, constituents of Nova Vista. Good morning, the City Council of Nova Vista. How are you all doing today?
Good.
Good, good, good. It is a pleasure. Can I talk? Is this microphone on?
It's on.
It's on. It is a pleasure to be in the presence of the City of Nova Vista today as we sit down and discuss city issues through our City Council meeting. Again, I'm Professor Edwards. It was great having you all this semester. It was a pleasure to teach you all the concept of local, state, and federal government and how the process works. Even though you're not acting as a federal council, but just think of it as you are acting as a federal council. The things that you're going to currently be doing here in your city council meeting, the discussions, the proposals, the advocacy, the democracy, everything that we've learned this semester is the same thing that is taking place right now in our state capital, which is in Tallahassee, Florida, and currently taking place in Washington, D.C. in our governmental chambers for the federal government. Okay? With that being said, I want you all to try your best. I'm grading off of maximum effort. I do know that there may be some language barriers or, some English barriers, but I am grading off of maximum effort. And I want to, like I said, I want to see some debating. I want to see you take into consideration what your constituents have proposed to you as city council. And I want you to let them know that democracy will stand out today, okay, on their behalf, because you are their advocates, okay? With that being said, class, it is my pleasure to present to you the city of, can we hear, come on louder, we gotta sound like a city. The city of what?
Nova Vista.
Good job. All right, with that being said, I am going to turn this over to Mayor, the Honorable Mayor Luca, who will now go ahead and give the city clerk the permission to start the meeting.
City Clerk, permission to start the meeting.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Maria Eduarda Motin. I'm the city clerk for this county of Nova Vista. Before we begin, we're going to call for attendance. So Mayor Lucas Stoic,
Present.
Vice Mayor Ebony Nixon,
Present.
City Attorney Santiago Stano, City Manager Laura Garzon,
Present.
Chief of Police Annie Galan, not present, Councilwoman Romina Ramos, Councilman Juan,
Present.
Councilwoman Juliana Zellman, Councilman Eric Hurtado, not present, Councilwoman Eva Bermudez.
You can speak on her behalf.
Yeah, you can speak on
Eva is currently doing disaster relief within District 6. I will be giving a full report based on the tragedy that struck there last night.
And Councilman Focus. Now we're going to announce the individual reports first. I'll turn this over to the Honorable Mayor Luca.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm happy that you're all here. I want to thank all the constituents for the support. We have reached outstanding numbers in the last election. It is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to the Circles USA National Leadership Conference to the City of Dreams, Nova Vista. Circles USA has been working towards ending poverty for the past 25 years. The theme for this year's event, Deepening and Expanding Circles, is more relevant than ever before. I applaud the organizers for providing a platform for attendees to engage in thought-provoking conversations and deepen their understanding of building a community that works for everyone. I want to express my gratitude to the Circles USA and our local chapters for creating a forum where members can share and promote innovative ideas and learning through empathy and compassion. Nova Vista government strives to serve all residents and guests with integrity, honesty, fairness, and professionalism. Our residents proudly represent a broad diaspora of cultures which makes us strong as a society. We take pride in building a vibrant community where all individuals and organizations are treated with dignity and respect. Please be assured that our community uplifts diversity and embraces inclusion. Hate is never welcome here. Nova Vista is a caring, compassionate, and welcoming community open to learning and connecting with others. On behalf of more than 1 million residents who can call Nova Vista home, we value your decision to select our community as your conference destination. Once again, welcome, and I wish you all the best for a successful conference.
Now I would like to turn this over to Vice Mayor Ebony Nixon to read her report.
Good morning, council and constituents. As I stated earlier, I would like to report in on the tragedy that struck last night in District 6. In District 6, it was hit with a passing storm last night and received extensive damage to multiple neighborhoods. Councilwoman Even has reported in that 150 families have been displaced. She is requesting aid in the amount of $250,000 in disaster relief. We have emergency service and Ground Zero helping, and emergency assistance in the form of food, clothes, shelter are currently underway. All shelters in every district have reported receiving individuals and families from District 6. As we review the city's budget during our proceedings, I propose that emergency funds are allocated to a financial assistance to these families and individuals of that district during this time. Please forgive me. Individuals for District 6 during this time, along with funding to rebuild District 6 and placing displaced families and individuals back at home once the situation is under control. The city of Nova Vista will be holding a Memorial Day Family Fun Day within our inner city at Vista Pines Community Park, 3795 Ishaway Highway, Nova Vista, 47923. We are currently seeking local small businesses for collaboration as preparations are underway. The mayor's annual banquet is currently scheduled for June 1. Please do not forget to RSVP before May 15th. This concludes my report.
Now I would like to turn over to our city attorney to read his report. Gonzalez.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the honorable elected city attorney of Nova Vista, I have the pleasure to represent our community in matters related to law and to share relevant information or advice when it comes to my field. I also will use this opportunity to thank the Honorable Mayor of Nova Vista, Lucas Tonic, and my colleagues that work night and day to improve our beloved Nova Vista. The city has requested a report of the legal processes that we have experienced and to address any ongoing legal concerns, which goes as follows. As the city attorney, I state that all the proposals we discussed in previous meetings have been approved and the necessary permits were given to start the process of implementation. On the other hand, the rezoning of 1711 Street took place on the 4th of May of 2024 and changed its designated area from recreational to residential. To close this report, I want to address that there is no legal process that must be addressed before the agenda. As the city attorney, I thank you all for allowing me to ensure that our actions are by applicable laws and regulations. Thank you very much.
Now I would like to turn this over to our city manager, Laura Garzon, to read her report.
Good morning to everyone. I am pleased to present the budget report for the city of Nova Vista for the fiscal year 2023-2024. This report aims to provide an overview of the city financial status, including revenue, resources, expenditure allocations, projects, and any significant changes or updates. Additionally, provisions were made for initiatives aimed at promoting economic growth and sustainability within our city. Our approved total budget of our community is $100 million. The proposed budget allocates funds to essential city services such as public safety, infrastructure, maintenance, parks, recreations, and community development, Priority has been given to maintain adequate staffing levels and resources necessary to meet the needs of our growing community. I would like to start with the Department of Police with 10% of our budget, Department of Fire 10%, Department of Public Works 2%, Department of Safety and Inspections 5%, Department of Parks and Recreations 6%, Department of Waste and Recycling 15%, and Department of Water 20%. Oh, I'm sorry, and the Department of Transportation 5%. In conclusion, the budget for the fiscal year 2023-2024 reflects our collective commitment to fiscal responsibility, community well-being, and sustainability development by aligning resources with strategic priorities and engaging stakeholders in the decision-making process. As a result, after the proper allocation of our budget for each department, we are left with 7%, which is 7 million, of our original budget that could be saved as a reserve if needed for this year or as an addition for the next year's budget. This concludes my report.
Now I'd like to turn this over to the Chief of Police, Annie Galan, to read her report.
Greetings, beloved citizens of the city of Nova Vista. I am pleased to inform you that the mission of the Nova Vista Police Department is to enhance the quality of life in Nova Vista City by working in partnership with the community to enforce the law, preserve peace and protect the people, reduce fear and maintain order. The Nova Vista Police Department strives to foster a safe and fair city by incorporating neighborhood policing into all facets of department operations and solve the problem that create crime and disorder through an interdependent relationship between the people and its police, and by pioneering strategic innovation. In partnership with the community, we pledge to protect the lives and property of our fellow citizens and impartially enforce the law, fight crime both by preventing it and aggressively pursuing violators of the law, maintain a higher standard of integrity that is generally expected of others because so much is expected of us, value human life, respect the dignity of each individual, and render our services with courtesy and civility. Below we can find a report and statistics of crime in our city. Also, we can see some cases of robbery. We have been working hard to keep the city and community as safe as possible. Best regards, Annie Pescovalen, Chief of Staff.
Now I'd like to go over our resolutions and petitions. So petition number 1 by Elizabeth Bloom, the orchid recycling proposal. Every day, thousands of orchid plants are sold to decorate our homes and office. After a few weeks, when the blooms are past, the orchids are tossed in the trash, even though the plants are still living. The orchid's natural habitat is to grow on trees where their roots attach themselves for support and take humidity from the air. I propose that the city collect all bloomed out plants and attach them to trees and tree branches in our public parks. With very little additional care, the orchids will adapt, grow, and bloom again, beautifying the green areas at a very little cost to the city. Petition number 2 by Donald Thompson, street naming after late Donald Miguel Thompson Sir to the County of Miami-Dade. We, the undersigned, hereby petition the Commissioner for District 8 to rename the street Southwest 222nd Doctor to Sir Doctor. We state or believe that the late Donald Thompson Sir has contributed greatly to the development of Miami, Florida due to his construction company, Thompson & Company, developing much of the area in the early 80s, 90s, 2000s before his stroke in 2009. Thompson and his family moved to after the housing crash of 2008 up to his death on May 6, 2022. Mr. Thompson did not only do small jobs around the community, but he was also attending a school at Miami-Dade College to get certified for his company. Proposal number 3, Jeffet Avila's petition proposal for more paths for bicycles in Miami, in Nova Vista County. I am submitting this request to establish the additional bike paths throughout the city. As a resident of this county, I believe it would be highly beneficial to have more designed routes for cyclists to travel various destinations. The heavy traffic in our city is a well-known issue. There are occasions where we find ourselves gridlocked for extended periods. I am convinced that constructing more bike paths, ensuring their safety, can significantly alleviate traffic congestion.
Did city council members get their report?
Pardon?
No, they need to give the report, all the council members.
So city council members, do you have a report?
There's still one more petition to discuss.
But remember,
Yeah,
before we
first-
go into
First is
discussion,
the report, then
we have to
we'll
hear
do
their
the-
reports first.
Oh,
But don't worry about it. You gave,
because last time we did this before.
okay, don't worry about it. We went over, go over the last proposal.
Board is Skylight petition for lifeguards on the beaches of Aurora Springs. To the county of Aurora Springs, we, the undersigned members of the community of Aurora Springs, hereby submit this petition to request the implementation of lifeguard services on the beaches of Aurora Springs. We believe that the presence of well-trained lifeguards is crucial for the safety and well-being of the beachgoers in our community.
Okay, pause. Now, this is for you all to know, okay? Even though I didn't want it like that, I wanted reports first and then resolutions to be last. In certain municipalities, depending on the municipality and the city clerk, if they want to run it like that, they can. Okay? So I'm not going to penalize the group for you calling the resolutions out before giving the city reports. But depending on the municipality and the city commission and the county city council, it can be done the way she did it. Just the guys to give you a heads up, because I don't want you guys to go ever to a city council meeting or a state senate meeting, house representative meeting, or get to the federal level and think that it can't go like that. Okay? So what we can do now is we can argue for about 10 minutes, and then we get our individual reports, and then we give our constituents time to speak. Okay? So at this point in time, city clerk, for those who are in agreement, say aye. And for those who disagree, or for those who disagree, say aye. And if I'm pretty sure the majority is going to disagree, then we start to argue.
For all those who agree, please say hi. For all those who disagree, please say nay.
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 Say it louder. Come on, you're on recording.
On which of the two proposals?
Yeah,
Because
you
we
want to
read
call
the
out
two-
individual ones, or is it for the whole?
Which ones you have disagreed? Who disagreed? Do you all disagree with the proposals that was just recently mentioned?
I do.
I disagree with the one on the beach.
Okay.
The city is not sure if we even have jurisdiction over that beach. That may be a state thing and not a city thing. We could contact the state and see if they have jurisdiction and then bring that matter up to them. But I don't think that that's within our reach to supply lifeguards in that area. There are other factors where that may be, like I say, it could be like a private beach and we can't do anything about it at all. As far as the one with the orchids, I do agree that we can do that. However, what impact would those orchids actually make on the current ecosystem once we put them in on the tree?
Council members jump in, start disagreeing.
Also, any type of reforestation or action regarding the environment, we need to find a specialist that can analyze the area so we don't damage the ecosystem we already have, and that would lead to a major loss against
How much would that cost? How much would that be overall instead of the?
City manager, jump in. You're asking for costs.
I believe that it would have little to no cost because we will be reusing the orchids.
Instead of throwing them away?
Yes.
Okay, council members, come on, get involved. You got constituents back there watching.
I agree with the Vice Mayor on the first proposal that she said. I think that we have a lot of green spaces already on Nova Vista City. I don't think we need to relocate any of our resources or our money towards the beach. There's somewhere like our residents don't go. They're more likely to go to a lake or something that is in our city than to go around and go all the way to the beach. And regarding the orchids, I think it's a fantastic idea. I think if you want to call people and tourists and money in You need to put something that is nice to the eye, and so you need to
Regarding
be
the
able
beach,
to
that can be
decorate
a legal
your
issue at
city.
the end of the day. That can be a legal issue if somebody gets hurt, drowned, or similar. We don't have a lifeguard.
Yeah, but like I
That
said
can be-
before, that's not the city's issue. That
City
it may
attorney?
possibly be the state's issue, which would clear us 100% of any lawsuits that might be proposed in the area, because the state should already have lifeguards on duty.
And if
City
there's an
attorney?
emergency, they're not gonna call our police department. They're gonna call the city police department. We're
Or the
not gonna
state.
even be aware of that. Why are we gonna pay for that we're not even aware?
Now, if a disaster does actually strike, it would not be as if our aid would not be rendered in that area. We will 100% send out police or paramedic or whatever the case may be to aid whoever might be hurt in that area, but then we will move to push forward to have no trespassing signs placed in that area so that people can no longer go onto that beach knowing that it's a hazard.
Chief of police, is that true?
Chief of police, from a safety perspective, what do you think?
I think it should be signed, and of course, police can go and assist, but I don't think it should be the city's issue.
And if this is approved, I'm gonna need more money because I have to pay overtime for my,
Yeah, of course, we will need more money to cover that.
Beaches, like the beaches that want more people, not like all the beaches, the more common beaches.
I agree, like, where there are more people, there are more possibilities of having accidents or drowning, so if we include more lifeguards, that could increase the safety.
What I recommend is in more denser areas, more populated beaches, we can add or decide, but we will have to check over the budget with the city manager, since the chief of police would have to add more watch, and we will have to add one more person on the city's pay. So at the end of the day, we have to check the budget if that is possible. If not, we have to go through states.
And I would say to get our own people to work as the safeguards. I mean, we train our people and we pay our people and we give our people the opportunity of jobs.
That is a good,
In
again,
most states, you are required to do training and get an official license to be a lifeguard. That requires time. Most people have to afford their own classes and time to arrange the training to be able to legally work as a lifeguard.
again, if it is one, we can sponsor one certificate, but we cannot do it for the whole beaches of Nova Vista.
well, argue. Somebody get loud. I want to hear some.
Can I get our attorney to chime in on this one? What do you think legally we should do at this point?
Legally, we don't have the responsibility to ensure the private beaches because any lawsuit would be against the owner of the beach. When it comes to public beaches, we don't have the necessity to put more lifeguards, but in case of any lawsuit against the for any type of accident, we
So-
could repercute on the city and not.
On the state's
Any-
behalf.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a private beach, the police would need warrants, we would need to do more work to get there. And it's just like only like going out.
There are no private beaches in Nova Vista County.
So how about this? I propose that we push the issue on the beach to the next meeting until we gather more information and be able to deliberate on a sound decision.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go.
All agree?
Agree. Perfect.
Amazing.
Okay.
Push to next meeting?
Okay. No, push to the next meeting. Agenda. Good job. Good job. Okay. Now you can go ahead and allow them to give their reports.
At this time, I would like to call council members to come forward and give their reports.
Good morning, council members. Good morning, constituents. I'm Council Member Joe, and this is my report with some updates since last week. After 7 months in Israel, 12 local soldiers have returned home, and for the safety of our country in midst of the Israel and Palestine conflict. And over the past 5 months, there have been several complaints from residents of the suburbs about the noise and dangers of street races during nighttime. The Department of Homeland Security took immediate action and increased the numbers of officers taking the night shift in order to prevent these races from continuing happening. As of this report, the complaints have decreased 40%, and we expect them to decrease more by next month. Thank you for listening. That's all for my report.
Councilmember Mina, I would like to call you to the report, please. So my district report for district number 1 will be that we prioritize affordable housing options and promote inclusive development to ensure that residents from diversity socioeconomic backgrounds can access housing amenities and opportunities within the district. So we found that a lot of new residents are coming from another district to us to find more affordable housing. Councilmember Focus, I would like to call you forward to the report.
Good morning, everyone. I am Council Spali Calafan. I am a council member of District 4 in Nova Vista City. Let's begin with an introduction to our district. District 4 in Nova Vista City boasts beautiful landscape and a full-of-life community. Protecting this environment is a top priority for our district. This report details the progress made on recent environment plans, as well as future plans to ensure a sustainable future for our residents and the ecosystem we cherish. One of our significant achievements is the expansion of community gardens around District 4. This garden provides residents with fresh, local products, create opportunity for social interaction. By spearheading this expansion, we're not only improving access to nutritious food, but also contributing to a more sustainable food system. In conclusion, District 4 is committed to preserving our environment and fostering the well-being of our residents. Through collaborative efforts and community-driving initiatives, we are paving the way for a more sustainable and resilient future that we all. Thank you for your attention.
I would like to call Councilmember Juliana forward to the report.
District 3, part of Nova Vista City, is a blend of residential and commercial zones with vast areas of green spaces. Recent air quality concerns have a heat effect that have led to renewed focus and enhancing the ecological footprint of the district. This district has flourished with green initiatives, but recently heavy pollution and damage in the air and the water quality have prompted to reevaluation of the environment. We propose an investment of $20,000 into integrating sustainable urban design principles into the rebuilding efforts. To combat the heat island effect, there is a push to increase the number of buildings with green roofs and living walls. This effort will not only improve the air quality, but also provide additional insulation to buildings, reducing energy and consumption cost. Green roofs provide numerous environmental benefits, and in District 3, there's a lot of skyscrapers and high buildings, so allowing us to have runoffs and reducing stormwater runoffs and lowering urban air temperatures will also create an additional green spaces in densely populated urban environments. We asked to dedicate $30,000 to wildfire conservation projects and an additional $30,000 to be allocated for training our first responders in environmental managers and rescue operations in the area prone to natural disruptions. This training will equip them with the knowledge to better manage the emergencies that we have and also giving more opportunities to the jobs. These reports outline forward-thinking initiatives into making District 3 a more nature-friendly, resilient, and sustainable part of Nova Vista City.
At this moment in time, we'll allow your constituents, time for the constituents to come up and speak. Please allow them 2 minutes.
I would like to allow 2 minutes at this time for the constituents to be able to come up and express.
Queen Elizabeth, I would love to hear your response on your proposal because it passed unanimously. You can come up and speak.
Oh yeah, make sure you get first, man.
Yes.
1, 2, 1, 2.
I appreciate the City Council for approving my proposal. I think I suggest that you should use senior citizens as and students to actually attach the orchids to the trees, and that you use biodegradable threads to tie them up. Eventually the plants stick to the trees without damaging the trees. But they have to be attached to a natural source. They can't be attached to metal, for example. So it really has to be on the trees. I appreciate this very much, and I hope it's going to be a project that's going to be copied worldwide.
One more.
Another constituent?
Oh, there.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, that does come. Yeah, you guys did a great job. I appreciate your synergy. You all work very well together. You all seem to have a good level of cooperation, and that's very important for maintaining the development of a growing city like ours. I like the diversity that we have on this roster right here. I'll be voting for all of you again. So, great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Oh, no, you don't just adjourn the meeting like that.
Well, come on, I'm the mayor. I can do whatever I want.
Again, thank you for your time. You thank your constituents.
Oh, yeah. Thank you constituents for taking the time, visiting us at this city council meeting. Thank you again for voting for us. We expect to see more of you. Thank you for all the council members for coming out, expressing yourself through your reports, and voting on the resolutions. And thank you to the elected officials who showed up today and made this meeting what it was.
At this moment in time, you adjourn the meeting.
In this moment in time, the meeting is adjourned.